Thank you very much, Mr. José Ramos-Horta, for joining us today.
Bom dia, boa noite, boa tarde, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, bonjour, bonne soirée, buenos dias, buenas tardes, buenas noches. Depends where you are, in which time zone. I'm speaking from Dili, Timor-Leste. A great privilege, honor to again participate in Ubuntu United Nations. Ubuntu United Nations is synonymous with human fraternity. Ubuntu United Nations synonymous with solidarity, with the profound beliefs of human societies about individual freedoms, dignity, freedom from arbitrary arrest and torture, freedom from summary execution, full entitlement to the integrity, impartiality of justice. Ubuntu United Nations are synonymous with the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. So it is a great privilege to be with you again in this extraordinary Ubuntu United Nations forum that has been going on for several weeks with thousands of participants. And we have been privileged, Ubuntu, in having some of the greatest global personalities with us, lending us their wisdom, their decades of experience, their struggles to build equitable, just, fair societies, equitable distribution of the wealth of the nations. So today, with great pleasure, I introduce one of human beings that I admire the most for many, many years, and that is Professor Kailash Satyarthi from India. Kailash won the Nobel Peace Prize in 2014 after 30 years of complete surrender of his life, of his comfort, to the fight to free child slavery, child labor. He was only about 20 when he graduated from university, from his first degree, and he was going to marry. And then he told his then fiancée, to be his wife, that he was not going to work in a bank, in some civil service, a bureaucrat, or set up a business. He was going to dedicate his life from then on to protect the children of India and of the world, to free children from slavery, to free children from bonded labor, from child labor. In the course of this struggle of decades, he was bashed up, he was threatened. His wife, without hesitation, surrendered to him, surrendered to Kailash's vision, to his generosity, to his heart, and to his courage. And ever since, Kailash, his wife, the whole family, including in-laws who married into the family, dedicated themselves to this global vision and the struggle to free the best gift from God to us, the children. Without the children that are born every second, every minute around the globe, humanity would cease to exist. But for humanity to be better still, we must care for the unborn babies. We must care for the mothers who are carrying them in their bodies, in their soul. We must care for the babies from day one, to give them the best possible care, the best possible nutrition, and to the mothers, so that they become healthier healthier children, and living in absolute love and freedom. That's the vision of Kailash Satyarthi, which I share. I am the chairman of the steering committee of Nobel laureates and global leaders for children's rights in the fight for freeing children from child labor and child slavery. I've been working with Kailash Satyarthi and his wife and family for years, and I'm always, each time, inspired by him to do my little bit to help him, to help the children of the world. So today we have this extraordinary man from India, one of the greatest democracies countries in the world, 1.23 billion, fascinating civilization, with tremendous hopes and opportunities, but also still with grave challenges for the people, for the security of the country. But when I look at India, when I look at what Kailash has done, and myself, I've done my bit in my small corner of the world, I have hopes for humanity. We have made tremendous progress. So I'm not alarmed by the setbacks in the fight for democracy, human rights. I'm not alarmed by the alleged rising, and the real rising of far right, like the rising of Donald Trump in the United States, but then he lost out to a better man, President Biden. I'm not too concerned about the rise of extremism, because this is part of humanity's progression to a better world. There is up and downs. There are walls, big walls ahead of us. We must not bang our heads on the brick walls. We must use our intelligence, our imagination to jump this brick wall, or to turn around, or to wait. We must, in the struggle for human rights, for democracy, we believe in it, but believing in it is not enough. You have to stay focused, and you have to use your brains, your intelligence, to fight for democracy. You cannot use dogmas, extremism. You use your heart, your brain, to fight for democracy, for human rights, to freedom. That's how we succeeded. We didn't succeed because we are a country of 1 billion. We succeeded because we had convictions. We lived with our convictions, but we used our brains. And we succeeded. In 2002, Timor-Leste became independent, and the next year it will be the 20 years of restoration of independence of Timor-Leste. Anyway, today you're going to listen to Kailash Satyarthi and not to me. A big, big hug to Kailash, to all his family. Actually, I shouldn't say big hug, because with social distancing, and in any case, we are distant from each other by the oceans and the mountains. But I bow to Kailash and to every one of you across the globe who is going to listen to Kailash Satyarthi.